The new original. If you need a superhero,
Here I come.
now there I go. When you need me, you know how to let me know. All you gotta do is holler.
You need a superhero.
Cause I'ma hear you when you holler.
When you need that superhero.
What's up, everybody? How you doing? It is another opening for FSKDay, and a few things to talk to you about or discuss with you and whatnot. We're going to talk about the number 3 covers, and actually, I do not have a lot of number 3 covers. We actually struck gold with our number 3 cover, and it has not changed since the original drawing. The only thing that has changed about the cover is the dressing of the cover, and I was just going to show you 3 different dresses of the cover or whatnot, but we're just going to talk about the one cover. But I do have a couple other covers to throw in there. What's up, Daniel? How you doing? Everybody that's tuned in, what's up? Let me know you're here. Make a comment, have a question or anything like that. In case you're wondering what this is another video diary journal of FSKtober, hashtag FSKtober. And every day leading up to FSKDay, I will be talking about something FSK related from the past of FSK and up in this journey. But first off, let's go ahead and get the shameless promotion out of the way. Tomorrow, be ready, people. Be ready, because tomorrow it is happening. Most Epic Art Virtual Yard Sale Part 2, The Revenge. Tons more artwork. I drew a lot of lovely ladies with swords and guns, and they look like badasses. Original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle art that I've done. Comic book pages that I've done for test pages for Fantastic Four, X-Men, Wolverine, Spider-Man. Those will be going. And my very first ever comic book job. But tons of art, pencils, inks, and colors, all on the ready to be fired out to you as potential artwork for you to hang up in your wall or collect in your portfolios. That will be tomorrow at 7 p.m. I hope to see you there. Last show was really, really good. I want to thank everybody that participated, and hope to have another good one tomorrow. Secondly, the thing that I'm leading up to with all this stuff is FSKDay, the 3rd annual virtual FSKDay 2020 Dollathon Edition. We are looking to get a donation of $1 from everybody that watches our show, and it's going to be one hell of a show. Probably this Monday, I will start announcing who's all there, who's going to be there, what events we're doing, and things like that. Yeah, it's all about to go down, baby, and we have over 44 special guests joining us for that, and we run from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. Anybody that's courageous to stay the entire time, oh my goodness, I applaud you. I may come up with something just special for you if you watch that entire stream, but I don't expect everybody to watch the whole thing. I expect people to pop in and out or look for the event that they're specifically wanting to see, and I will have a schedule posted on our Facebook page as well for that. All right, promotion is out of the way. Okay. All right, so we're here. So we're gonna talk about covers. Anybody that's read Hotshot number 3, you know it's a very special cover. It does a lot of things. But so first off, I'm actually going to show you a cover that I found. All right, so first off, this bad boy. I completely forgot about this thing. All right, this is the first title font design by Trevor Zammit. I went to college with him, and we were called in the label Engine of Destruction back in the day. I have no idea why. But that was my first. That's the first Vigilance costume. And that is the first Hotshot costume. Yes, the Hotshot name was on the sleeves. That did not last long because I got tired. Hey, Brad, what's up? I got tired of drawing that on every page of Hotshot. That was getting like annoying. And Trevor did the colors on these as well. Trevor's a toy designer. He designed the title font, that Hotshot logo that I really, really loved back in college. And I mean, this is crazy. Like I've reorganized my computer and found tons of stuff. This is actually should have been on the number 2 covers, and I've added that to the picture profile, whatever. But I wanted to show you guys this because I just thought it was awesome. This throwback here because these costumes are completely different, but as you can see, the essence of the hotshot costumes are still the same. That's there. These little gauntlet things, I have no idea where I got those from. They're used in the new design. There's white stripes on here, and this part over here is filled in on the top of his skull. There's a stitch line that goes down the center of his mask or whatnot. But like there's the little hip gauntlets, the size of black there, the white stripe going down there, racer stripe with the 99, and the H logo is completely different. All right, Vigilance has this like logo emblem with a V on there, some padding going around her V on the chest up here, and her costume was black and red. Victor and I had a very nice conversation about that, about her name and her costume or whatnot. I'll save that for another day, as I got a couple of things to go back through memory lane with here. This was a cover that actually just never got used. I wanted to play around with a cover where Mike would be reading a magazine, the Columbus Alive, or our version of the Columbus Alive, where Hotshot was featured on the cover and Vigilance was featured on the cover or whatnot. And, nice little Easter eggs on the cover. Hotshot, Columbus has a hero. Hotshot's a rookie in the time that this book came out. He is not very tenured at it. The Zero event, which happened in 1999, extras are back, highlighting the fact that Hotshot and Vigilance have made a huge impact on the comic book community or the hero community since their appearance. The Zero event, in case you did not know, a lot of extras. Extras are people with superpowers. That's what we call them in the FSK verse. Disappeared in the Zero event, which we will be issuing out because that is done. Zero event being written by Victor Dandridge and drawn by Mike Lancet, and it looks incredible. Danny Cooper's doing the letters, and he's the editor on that one, and Veronica Smith is doing the colors, and it's just one of the many things I can't wait to get into your hands. All right, and so and then the thing was he was going to be walking in front of a storefront with all these different flat screen TVs and Hotshot being on the TV. And I was just trying to play this thing up, Hotshot on a magazine, Hotshot behind him, but Mike in his regular street clothes or whatnot. And it's like, hey, and he's kind of hiding his face too. Hey, this guy's Hotshot. Da 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 da. You think? I don't know. But yeah, and I have him with the Cleveland Cavaliers shirt on with the classic Cavs logo. That's actually kind of like, I really enjoy that he has on that shirt. I enjoy the Cavs. I enjoyed them more so when LeBron James was on them. But this thing took a while to do, so it's a little like I did a lot of stuff on this thing for this cover not to be used. Like, can we zoom in? Like, I'm gonna zoom in here. Like, look at that thing. That thing was made on its own file and then brought in here and shrunk down. that sticker price. Lining up all these TVs and stuff like that, man, that was making these boxes, and yeah, they don't look like flat screen boxes anymore. Instead of it being Sony, it was phony LED 32-inch TV. So a lot of little extras here or whatnot. This was a fun cover, and we just never used it. I think together as a team, we just decided it just didn't work. It wasn't pulling it off the way we needed it to or whatnot. But the original Don Dada, the one, I think Hotshot number 3 is the only one we don't have a variant cover for. So I'm looking at 4. There's a few different covers for 4. There's a couple different covers for 5. There's no variant cover for 6. 7's got some variants. 7's got some real nice variants. 8 has one variant. And 9, issue 9 does not have Issue 9 does not have any variants. So, that's weird. I'm just realizing that. So issue 3, issue 6, and issue 9 have no variants. So maybe that's a little tradition I should continue. The 3-peat, every time it falls on the 3, we don't do a variant issue cover for that or whatnot. That's weird. That's a thing. Wow. All right. So, bam. This cover was perfect. There's just I mean, I'm sure there's other things that could have been done for this cover to get across the story that's happening in this issue, but nothing says drama and pain and emotion like a hero with his back turned in the downpouring rain and lightning going, and he just looks so contemplative. He's just in thought, and he's just stuck there, and you're like, well, what's going on? He's not fighting anybody. He's sad. Is he depressed? What's happening? And issue 3 is actually my favorite issue of Hotshot because of the conversation. All right, the conversation between Carla and Mike about him being a superhero. The book's been out for 10 years. This is not a spoiler. So, um, very much so enjoy this issue. I think Victor wrote some incredible dialogue. I knew the issue was an automatic winner when Victor had wrote me like a book, like a big ass book about how to write comic books, and he rewrote my story of Hotshot, but broke it down issue by issue, which telling me how to write a story, how the flow of a story goes, character narration, and dialogue and all this stuff, like tons of stuff about writing or whatnot. And I ignored all that shit because I got swept up into the story that he wrote for Hotshot, and I was like, oh my god, this is incredible. And that's how I started my case to get Victor to write the book. But the reason I knew it was a winner is because I worked at the Salesian Boys and Girls Club back when it was the Boys and Girls Club. I was doing their summer art program, and there was a lot of people my age working there, working with kids or whatnot, and I was working in one classroom, and I was like, yeah, I make comic books with one of the teachers there. And she was like, oh, cool, I would love to read one and check them out. Well, they're not all the way done yet or whatnot, but the scripts are done. And she was like, oh, I'd love to check it out. Which one? Let me read one. And I specifically gave her the pages of Hotshot number 3, the script that Victor wrote. And she absolutely loved it. It was like, she was like, you have to draw this. Like, you have to draw this, make this happen so I can actually hold and read the comic book. Like, the dialogue and the conversation between Collar and Mike were just, it was just so on point for her. She said it sounded like a real conversation between a boyfriend and a girlfriend having an argument. And that's what I've always said. Like, the big fight in issue 3 is Carla versus Mike. And one of my favorite stories that Vic has written, one of my favorite books that I've drawn. This book may have taken just as long. It's a 22-page book, right? Issue 5 is like 33 pages. And this book took just as long as it took me to draw issue 5 of Hotshot. And that one has more fights. And that one is more pages. And that one's all action. Like that book is action from start to finish, right? Like, damn, is it? Yeah, there's just a couple quiet pages. No, that book's all action. 33 pages of playtime. But the reason this book was more work was because I wanted to nail the emotion. Like, reading what Vic put in words, I had to ensure more than anything with this issue that the art co-signed what was written, what was being said by the characters. So I would print out pictures of, angry crying, argumentative crying, sad crying, depressed, and like any emotional word I could find for faces and conversation, like crying while talking, crying while yelling. Google got tired of me that day, I guarantee you. Looking up all the reference that I could find just for drawing the emotions in this book. And it was a journey, but like, I never had to come back to this issue. Every time, like when we did our relaunch or when we signed with the publisher that won't be named, and when we found our home here at Short Fuse Media Group, it never comes across in my head, let's redo that issue number 3 cover. Never. Like, it's not even the thought never existed until this conversation. And after this conversation, I'm going to delete it because the thought doesn't need to happen, because I feel like that cover is spot on perfect for it. I couldn't even contemplate something that could replace it. Unlike the number two cover, where I took the image of Hotshot getting choked by Void and I flipped it on his head and gave it more meaning. But like, I think this is the first time I messed with rain effects, trying to do rain, and I went in. I wanted like this rain to be heavy. I wanted the rain to be heavy to match the emotional weight of how heavy this issue was. I wanted to feel like that rain was holding Hotshot down. And like, look at those big ass crocodile drops of goblets of water. That's what it was about, man. Took me a minute to do this one too. I enjoyed it very much. Good time. So those are the covers that we have. I'll get these posted or whatnot. And so I don't have a whole lot of other covers like the other time, but I do have two stories from comic book conventions and events. And let me start off with the super crazy one. So have you ever been to a comic book convention with me? Like, if you have, I guarantee you had a good time. Because this is why, look, you've heard me say, what up, man? How you doing, man? Glad you were able to get that homework finished. And what is up? Actually, Morgan, this is FSKTober, hashtag FSKTober. So every day leading up to FSKDay, I'm going to be doing something talking about the history and past of freestyle comics. One of the main subjects I've done is studying each cover. Number 1, number 2, number 3. Tomorrow I'll do number 4. Just talking about all the different covers that we've had for those issues. I don't have quite nearly as many for the number 3 issue. I only have like really one. Or whatnot. So I'm going to actually talk about a little bit of convention stuff that we've done for FSK, because I think we have some good convention stories. So, all right. So Mid Ohio Comic Con. I remember going there for a couple of years, but I remember one year we fucking crushed it. It was incredible. Like, that was our show that year, and I will argue anybody that. But these crowds, this is what I do, man. This is what I do. This is the people that I work with, the teams that we get together, and we get loud. We come together and we bring these crowds together. This is why when you hear me talking on Chat and Draw or the Good, the Bad, Nerdy, and I talk about how I miss comic book conventions, they have become embedded in my life of what I do. It is part of my geekdom. It's part of my culture. But like this little situation right here is this is when we started the freestyle battles, where we would sit down face to face and battle each other live at a comic book convention. That mess was really fun. I have so many stories just from this one show. But the one I'm going to share with you guys today is I worked at Chipotle, which is where all my weight comes from, which is I loved it and I regret it at the same damn time. I was working there as a kitchen manager in training, and so there was this other manager there, and I can't remember his name, and I feel terrible about that, but you know the tradition, I'm terrible with names. And but me and him really clicked. Yeah, Daniel's been to a show with me. Me and him really clicked, and we worked the kitchen. And when we worked the kitchen in the back, cooking, the meat, getting the rice ready, chopping up all the stuff that needed to be chopped up, getting ready. When we worked that kitchen, like it for 95% of the time, it was on time. Like we killed it, and it became the joke that we were Black and Pinto Bean. Namely because I hate beans, but they called me Black Bean. They called him Pinto Bean or whatnot, and we would just kill it. Well, he's been there longer than me, and he was about to come into his manager's shoes, and he did. He got to be. He went from the manager trainee to a manager, and with Mid Ohio Comic Con coming up, I said, "Hey, what do I got to do to get burritos for my comic book convention, man?" He's like, "You want burritos for your comic book convention? For what?" "I just want to give out burritos for my comic book convention. So, like, what do I got to do to get that?" He's like, "Ask." I'm asking, man. How many you need? I don't know. Like, how many can you give me? Like I was absolutely all in, and I wanted to get as many and as much as I could. Like, so what's my limit? I didn't want to say a number and shortchange myself, right? He's like, I can give you 100. I can give you 50 chicken, 50 steak. I said, bet, bet. I'm on it. That's great. All right, say no more. He's like, come in and pick them up. The day, let me know the day and stuff that you need them and whatnot. So we're at comic book convention. We're at Mid Ohio Comic Con. We've got the whole thing set up, and I think like we got like 2 or 3 fucking tables, man. It's incredible, right? And then Carmen, uh, we were dating at the time, and I asked her to get the burritos for me. She said she would. So she picks up the burrito. She texts me and let me know that she's coming, and she's coming around. She texts me, let me know she's in the convention center, and she texts me, let me know she's coming to the door. So I go up to the door with Victor Dandridge, partner in crime, masters of self promotion, and I said, Victor, we have to go up here and we have to act a damn fool. He's like, why? I'm like, because the burritos have arrived. He's like, the burritos are here. The burritos are here. All right. So we go up there, and Carmen's coming, and she's got a big ass box of Chipotle burritos. 2 boxes, 50 a piece, baby. Steak, chicken. And so immediately we get in front of her and we say, all right, everybody back up. Everybody give us room. Everybody clear out, clear out. We got our hands on the air, and we pretend that we're like FBI agents, and we're like, we have the package. The package is en route. Package is en route to the table. Excuse me, buddy. Give me some room. Give me some room. We're coming through. Like all the way through, and we like part the crowd like the damn Red Sea as we get to the table. Right? And we set the burritos up. We set the burritos on the table. Then we lay out all the comic books, and we have a very specific setup. But now we lay out the comic books, and I get on top of the table, and I'm like, who wants a free burrito? Dude, it just stopped. Everybody was like, what? Huh? Free burrito? That's right. And I pulled out one of those silver gold bricks, and I held it up, and I was like, yeah, that's right. A Chipotle burrito for free over here at the Freestyle Comics table. Everybody came rushing over. It was like a stampede. And I was like, but you got to listen to me talk for a second. It's free with the purchase of a comic book. Now, guess what? Probably more than half those people didn't care about my comic book. But it didn't matter. Sold 100 comic books. Sold 100 comic books, and they got the burritos. But I also had their attention. They needed to listen to me before they got the burritos. What did I do with the attention of over 100 people at my table? Well, what do you think I did? If you went to a comic book convention, you know exactly what I did. I ran my damn mouth. All right. What up, Jay, man? How you doing? I started talking about Hot Shot. I gave him the elevator pitch, what it was, how many issues were into it. You know, it takes place in Columbus, Ohio. This is your city's hero, and we're here at Mid Ohio Comic Con. Da 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 da. Just going in, going off. All right. Sold them. 100 comic books, 100 burritos, out the door. All right. We had plenty of attention. So how did that help me? How did that help my situation where I'm at? Well, there was over 100 people at the table trying to get comics and burritos. They had to get the comics to get the burritos. With that attention, I got up there in my more youthful days, and I was loud as hell, very vocal. My voice carried. I was in my 20s, boy. I was out here doing things. And as my voice carried, all the rest of the people at the comic book convention had their heads turned, and they were wondering what was going on. They started coming over to see what was happening. So those 100 people that got the books and got the burritos, I wasn't really even talking to them anymore, because the majority of them just wanted the burrito. They didn't care about the comic book. And I'm going to be all the way honest with that. I realized that. I know that. But then all the other people that came up and wanted to know what was going on, they heard my spiel about the comic book. After those people left and they got through, they came and bought some comic books. Came back the next day and got some more comic books, because we had a few different issues out at that time or whatnot. We were the talk of the show. Just the complete talk of the show. We took it over that day. There was nothing bigger than what we had did at that moment. and it was awesome. I'm not getting 100 free burritos from Chipotle anymore. I don't even know how to make that happen. I just happen to be cool with the guy that can make it happen. Um, and actually, that's the only story I'm gonna tell today. I'm gonna save the other one for another day, or whatnot. Oh man, you're going through your movie collection. That was up. I just finished today my Avengers Marvel Cinematic Universe setup. I'm only 2 figures away from completing that. Um, but that sounds awesome. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Tomorrow is the yard sale 2, The Revenge. Hope to see you there tomorrow. I got tons of great art, man. Tons of great art at great prices, man. I have a 5-piece Avengers piece that I think you guys are gonna like a lot, and there's a pretty awesome story that goes with it or whatnot. But go ahead and give me a follow at these places, at these things that do the things that they do or whatnot. Let me see, can I? That's a full screen. That's a full screen. All right. Just trying to play around with some of these things, see what they do or whatnot. But follow me as Most Epic Art on all of social media, Twitter, Instagram, Patreon, TikTok, Twitch, Facebook. Most Epic Art. Oh, there it is right there. You see it? Bam. Right there. Right where my finger's pointing. That's Most Epic Art. You can find me and all that jazzy stuff. FSKDay is going to be here October 17th, faster than you know it, and we're going to start dropping announcements and stuff. I think Sunday I'm going to reveal the cast flyer. Everyone's going to be there. I'm going to reveal that tomorrow at the art sale. So that's going to be great. And then as we get closer and closer to it, I'm going to drop what the new panels are, the panels and events, and the schedule. It's going to be fantastic. Please join us for that. Join me for the yard sale tomorrow. Even if you're not getting a yard, just come kick it with me tomorrow, man. Just come kick it and hang out, because that's what we do. We're going to have a good time. And I'll be back tomorrow also as well. I'll probably do an early morning version of this because I got a ton of projects that I'm working on right now as well. We'll be talking about the number 4 covers tomorrow. The number 4 covers. Thanks, everybody. I enjoyed hanging out with you for this little bit, but I'm going to go now because I got to do some more drawing. So I will talk to you later. I could have closed that out better, damn it.